Answer for what you have done.
Yone, turn back.
You have dishonored us. You swore to protect him!
You swore to protect Ionia. Look around you, brother. Your honor stains the ground.
Better than living without it. I'm sorry, brother. I will not fail you again.
Apologies, Opa. I didn't mean to.
It's all right. The spirits wait for no one.
No, I'm not.
Looking to commune? Why else would the great Yasuo come? But are you ready?
Does that matter? I'll never make it up there in time.
True, the road is long. Perhaps my own temple can still provide a way. The choice is yours.
Is it?
It's taken years for the spirit blossoms to return. If the land is ready to heal, perhaps you are as well.
And this is the way? Old men, flowers, and hope.
Maybe hope is enough.
Maybe.
Immerse yourself in the River Whaley. Let the waters cleanse you. Let the currents take this burden you carry. Remember who you have lost.
Let me go, Yone! I was winning! Did you see me take out that big one?
I saw you dishonor yourself.
You fight?
When I have to, not when I want to.
You don't have anything to prove.
There is always another fight, Yasuo. Finding it proves nothing.
Your place is here. With Elder Suma.
He trained me for this. I can help end this war.
Your duty is to this school. To your master. To Ionia.
Then I should be out there protecting her. I won't fail you, Yone.
It seems I have already failed you.
Drink this. It will help forge a bond between our realms.
A drink rarely gets me out of trouble.
Sometimes we must go looking for our demons. And sometimes they find us.
Show yourself.
I'm not here for you.
Killing me does nothing, Hunter. If he lives, I will return. Suma's great pupil. What a disappointment. And your honor froze.
Better than living without it.
Yone. I'm no murderer.
Then why are you running?
I'm done running. Have your revenge, brother.
You might deserve death, but not by my hand.
Then there is nothing left for me in Ionia.
Even the wind has a path, brother.
Farewell, Yone.
May the spirit of Ionia guide you.
It's easier looking back, isn't it? The trick is seeing what lies ahead.
From what I hear, most likely thieves, beasts, and drink.
It is a lawless place, where you can decide your own fate. Besides, we're both looking for something, aren't we?
And you think we'll find it in Bilgewater?
I think we'll find many things.
Wasn't that absolutely beautiful? Kin of the Stained Blade, a brand new animated short from the team at Riot. They always do such a great job introducing new champions, but this one is very special. And joining me to talk about the reveal and also the incredible Spirit Blossom Festival that's happening in the League of Legends universe, we've got Ryan and Evan from Riot. Guys, great to have you with us. As I was saying, just such a beautiful anime piece that you guys put together. So, Ryan, before we get into all the details, can you maybe just describe, like, what did we just see and witness?
So what you just saw was a short film starring Yasuo that introduces Yone as a champion to League of Legends. It's a story of Yone and Yasuo in the past. As we all know, when people that follow the lore, Yasuo murdered his brother, and that's kind of a big moment. And we knew that if we wanted to bring Yone to League officially, we really wanted to make that feel very special, and which is why we went with the longer form short film to kind of drive that home. And you kind of get to see scenes from the past when they fought. And then what we see is who Yone is now, since he's died, fought an Azakane in the spirit world, who has and then been come back into the real world, and is now a kind of an Azakane hunter, tracking down demons and slaying them and turning them into kind of masks on his belt.
Well, a lot of lore inside of that, and it obviously ties into this larger Spirit Blossom Festival, which is amazing what you guys have put together. It's, not just an animated piece launching a champion. It really is this larger initiative, and even expands into Legend of Runeterra. Evan, I wanted to ask you a bit about how you guys translated this to your game, and I know you're heavily involved in sort of the art direction of Legends. So tell us, how did you take some of these ideas and what they were doing in League and translate that to the look and feel of your game?
Yeah, it was a really interesting challenge. For us, we just launched this game earlier this year. And so we had the Kame and Akama styles that they had been exploring. And from League, we actually were able to look at the skins and a lot of the VFX explorations and things like that. And then for us, it was all about kind of taking those styles, kind of creating our own style guides and briefs on it, and then applying them to a lot of our product lines. We've got card backs, and we wanted to explore how can we distill some of the cool characters down into card backs. We also looked at how can we take some of the stuff that's unique to Legends of Runeterra and, both distill that down into a card back with this theme, as well as how do we take these really just gorgeous styles that they created and turn them into a board, turn them into Guardians, and really just as much as we could build this immersive experience for our players, so that if they got in and they were really excited about this theme, they'd be able just to kind of immerse, and really engage with the game itself.
Now, you guys obviously introduce new champions not often, but once in a while in League. But this ties into a bigger festival, and we've heard about sort of the Spirit Blossom Festival and event, and obviously League fans have been exposed to some of that already. But can you maybe just recap for everyone, like what is Spirit Blossom?
So Spirit Blossom is a big event in League of Legends. It includes 2 champions. We have Yone, which we just revealed, which will be coming in the second patch of the event. It's a patch that's going to be spanning 2 patches. I mean, an event that's going to be spanning 2 patches. Also Lilia, which we just released at the beginning of the event. It's going to have 10 skins, 11 skins if you count the prestige skins. We've made an entire visual novel metagame system as well, which you'll be able to kind of talk to and interact with a lot of champions in the Spirit Blossom universe, and get rewards from them and different kind of things out of the event, as well as like you've seen this animated short, as well as another one we did before for the event, The Path. So it's kind of a big moment in League. It's a big event. It's also a big moment in our lore as we kind of progress some lore forward with Yasuo and Ari and Yone.
And how do you guys come up with these events, or this festival? Like, tell us a bit about the creative process of saying, hey, we know we want to do something, obviously doing events throughout the year, but like, how do you zero in on this being the event, the even idea of like a Spirit Blossom festival? Like, what's the creative process that you guys go through to create these things?
Yeah, so Riot operates in kind of a very bottom-up process and structurally. So how this actually all came to be is our personalization team, which is our team that creates skins and a lot of our cosmetics, has this team basically called that researches and tries to find new skin thematics. And they were working on this one that was kind of inspired by a lot of Eastern Asian mythology, folklore, cherry blossom, and a lot of different references. And I'd seen it on, I'm the lead producer of Champions team that works on a lot of the Champions in League. And I'd seen this on this program where you can kind of see different things different teams are working on. And I was super excited about it. I went and talked to I am Carlos, who's a producer over on the skins team. And I was like, wow, the skins line looks super excited. We should do something really big. We've been pairing Champions with events for a while now. But we were like, we're so excited we should make this like bigger than anyone we've ever done before. So I went back and I was talking to my team and I'm like, what could we do that would tie into this kind of like theme on our end for a champion? And Yone is one we've been wanting to do for a long time. He's been a kind of a champion in our back burner. Like one day it'd be really cool to bring him out as a champion. And we're like, okay, well, he's kind of, you know, Yasuo's brother, who's kind of the samurai inspired champion. And we felt it would pair really well thematically with the skin line they were working on. So we had that initial spark. And then we kind of got a lot of different other leads from different teams, art leads, design leads, producers, and we got together and we're like, hey, we want to do Yone, and we want to do this cool skin line. How can we tie this all together in a cohesive package? And that's when we just, through brainstorming, started coming up with like, what if, you know, it takes place in Ionia and it's during an Ionian festival, and this way we could kind of merge the skin line and the champions into a more cohesive story. Because in the past, when we've had champions and events together, it's like, okay, we're releasing this champion and it's Star Guardian, and then when we're trying to like make it a cohesive event, you can't really marry the lore with Star Guardian, which is a kind of a anime inspired skin line we also do. So we kind of wanted to take a new approach by bringing it a little more into the base lore so we can tell a cohesive story between the champions and the skins and everything like that. And then it kind of just snowballed out of control from there.
I was going to say, Evan's probably hearing about this, saying there's something interesting going on over here. How do we bleed into some of the other, league games at Riot? So, Evan, tell us a bit about how your team got involved in this.
Yeah, so Ryan actually was one of the people who started this off for us and kind of got us rolling. And, you know, we're a pretty new product with Riot, so a lot of the things we've been doing this year just to kind of, you know, get the game out the door, get out of beta. But when we heard about Spirit Blossom, it seemed like a really exciting opportunity to really play into the lore that we've built out in our game. You know, because our game is actually kind of expanding on the lore of League of Legends and really just getting like deeper views into the world. So for us, it was a really fun exploration to, I guess, really just kind of flesh out, you know, like take the cool styles, take the cool art that have been done for this event, and then map it to our guardians and our boards and our emotes, and as much as we could, build this immersive experience that resonated with what was happening on League of Legends.
Yeah, another thing that we should talk about is spirit bonds and what you're doing there, because you know, sort of this, as you talked about, sort of, you know, building lore. There's obviously in-game stuff happening, but maybe just tell us a bit what that is. It's sort of almost like a visual, inspired by sort of visual novels in a way, right, Ryan?
Yeah, so originally we weren't even, like that wasn't even a plan for the event. When we originally pitched it to like low leadership to kind of create the whole event, after that snowballing situation I kind of mentioned earlier, it was just going to be a versus event. We were going to have these like evil spirits versus good spirits. But as we got further along, we decided that we didn't want it to be so good versus evil. We wanted it to be more like different shades of gray. So none of the skins and champions are necessarily good or evil. They're just whether they're kind of obsessed with their past or accepting their past. And they kind of can go back and forth from sides. So at this point, I was like, well, a versus event doesn't really make sense thematically for this. It's more about all these amazing, beautiful skins. A lot of them are like human and attractive. And I was like, well, and we were like, it was really anime focused and inspired by. And I started thinking one night, like, what could we do that would really like kind of bear hug the anime inspiration we're already going for? And I personally play a lot of visual novels. I have like 1,000 hours into FGO, as well as other ones, like huge fan of the Persona series. And then I kind of got back to the team and I was like, what if we did, since we're kind of going for this anime thing anyway, a visual novel meta system, which I think will actually resonate with a lot of the type of people that we think are going to be really excited about the skin and the skin line. And then we kind of just snowballed from there. Like the other thing, people got excited and they're like, oh, I love visual novels. And we just kind of started putting them together from there to try to create something unique that felt special for this event and on theme and cohesive with other things we're doing in the event.
Wow, that's cool. So that is in client and is sort of it will roll out now and continue rolling out throughout the summer?
Yeah, it's live right now. It's in client. As soon as you'll log in, you'll kind of see a hub. There's like an intro sequence that kind of sets up the story. And then after that, all 9 champions that we've announced so far will be available to meet, talk with, and interact with Yone coming later.
Okay, well I love that you said you're building, the lore not only in the game and with these amazing animated short films, but sort of within the client, which I think is such an awesome way to, to add more to the experience for players. Evan, let's talk a bit about what you guys are doing. I know sort of new game mode. Talk about some of the specifics of how you guys are reflecting this in Legends.
Yeah, so we saw a couple opportunities to reflect it. One, as you mentioned, is the new lab mode. And for anybody who doesn't know, lab kind of it's going to be a limited time mode. It's something that we do just to kind of explore different mechanics and things like that. So in this one, the way the mode works is you actually have units that die, and when the units die, they pass their health on, like their health and attacks on cards in their hand. So it's playing with that idea of kind of like rebirth to really honestly make your units kind of snowball out and get pretty crazy pretty quick, which is a lot of fun. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So, and that continues on, I think, through mid-August. So obviously this event, I love it's multiple games, multiple types of media with, animated shorts in game. But as you said, Ryan, at the end of the day, new champion inside a league. Having gone through this, you guys keep scaling things up with league in terms of the scale of what you're doing. And obviously must take an incredible amount of time to plan this out, because you look at that animated short. I mean, that not an easy thing to produce. I'm sure it took a while. So tell us a bit about like this creative process you're talking about. Like, is this over the span of a year, or like how long does it take for you guys to pull all these pieces together of like this champion with, this lore stuff with, tying in the other games? Like, it must be quite a complicated matrix to get this all lined up.
Yeah, I mean, I actually looked back recently kind of like at the deck that I initially created after having that meeting where I got all those leads together to kind of start brainstorming on this. And that was actually, it was like May of last year, so like a little over a year, is when we really got together and started having the early brainstorming discussions of Spirit Blossoms.
Wow. No, that makes sense, because as I said, it's massive in scale, and you guys have done such a good job over the years of evolving the game and doing new things. But I love the visual novel, and then tying into sort of other pieces of the lore and other games at Riot. So the stakes have been raised. I can't wait to see what you're planning for 2022 or whatever, I guess.
And that's the funny thing about working in development, especially if you're involved in the early stages. It's like you kind of come up with all this stuff, and then it takes so long to build it, and then you finally see it release, and you're already kind of knee deep in the next thing by the time that thing releases.
Yeah.
So we definitely have some exciting things planned for next year.
Ryan, Evan, thanks for stopping by. I know you're mid-festival, so the celebrations continue. And thanks for joining us today for Summer Game Fest.
Of course.
Thanks for having us, Jeff.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right.